We are heading westbound on Interstate 40, exiting for the Painted Desert and Petrified Forest. You get off this ramp and make a right turn. We're pulling into the parking area so we can take a picture of the entrance sign for the park. At this location, they have an example of the petrified wood. It's actually wood that has been replaced with minerals that solidify into rock. And this is an example of it. Now, here we are at the visitor center, and they have facilities here, restroom, and Painted Desert Visitor Center. Okay, so we have this here. Okay. Now,
let's go in there.
No, we're not going in there. We're going to go in here. Okay? The visitor center. Okay?
It has toys.
Yes.
Yeah, toys.
Come on. Here we go. Okay.
Look at all the books.
Yes, they have books.
Toys.
Oh, boy. Now. Wow.
So many bats.
Yes, you already have a bat from
So
Carlsbad, okay?
Yeah, so many.
So, okay, it shows that the time in Arizona, because they don't do the, they don't change the clocks in Arizona. So, we went from New Mexico, where it was 12:30, but now we're in Arizona, so it's 11:30. You want to say hello to the horse? Hi.
Daisy?
Huh?
She feels like a bunny rabbit.
John.
Over here. Here.
John.
Don't be shy. She
Look.
won't hurt you.
Look.
She won't hurt you.
Look.
And I'll give you a sticker.
Look.
I'll give you a sticker.
Wow.
But you
Huh?
have to pet her first.
Yeah, give her a little pet.
Just
Look,
go like this.
right here.
She's
Feel-
so soft.
Feel how soft?
And she won't hurt you. She's a good horse.
You always ask though
She
first.
loves people.
Okay?
Yes. You always ask first and you don't go
Yeah.
behind the horse.
What would you
There
say?
you go.
What do you say?
What would you say?
You're welcome, honey.
Okay.
Do you want to put it right here or you want
Yeah.
You see how much they charge. Motorcycle is 15, vehicle 20, bicycle 10. And passes. Now, senior citizen 20. Now, if you go with the senior citizen, they have to be present. So here we are at one of the first stops. It's called Toponi Point. It's very beautiful here. I don't think the video does justice. It really, this is something that you really have to go out and see for yourself, because it's very hard to catch on video the beauty. You can see that it's very bright out. Great place to take pictures, videos, hang out for the day. Your sense of distance is distorted out here. The hilltop off in the distance is only about 7 miles away, but it appears much closer than what it is. That hilltop is to the right. The dark color, it's coming into the screenshot right now. That's approximately 7 miles away. The distance between us and the bottom floor is about 1,000 feet down. This spot coming up is where the historic Route 66 is located. It's one of the first interstate highways in the United States. It's known as the king of the highways. There used to be a saying, "Get your kicks on Route 66." This is the location. I'm getting out of the car. Here's a rest stop right here. At this location, there's it's very historic because this is the site of where Native Americans had lived approximately 1200 to 1300 AD. The climate was different back then. It could support more life out here. So this is a site where there's petroglyphs and an archaeological site where Native Americans had lived. Over here on the left is a foundation that's left over of the walls of one of the buildings that were here when the Native Americans lived here. They have signs indicating what you're looking at along the path here. How the life was in the village and so on. There was supposed to be 100 rooms here. It's a communal type of living. The rooms are on the small side, as you'll see as we go up this path. They probably had communal cooking and things like that. Here's more of the outline of how the village was laid out. It shows you here how big these rooms were. They're not actually that big. I mean, you would be sleeping in these. You wouldn't really be cooking or things like that. Here's a location of where the petroglyphs are located. They're drawings on the rocks. Mostly they chose the darker colored rocks to scrape off to get to the lighter color underneath to show a picture of what they were drawing of what was around them at the time, such as animals or maybe designs that they would draw. Here's another location of more designs, and I should have brought the other camera out where I could have zoomed in more on the design. You're limited with the GoPro camera. But they have these all throughout the southwest of the natives that had drawn on rocks. This shows how the village was set up, more like a courtyard in the middle, with the buildings that would surround the courtyard. Here's a good location that really shows how it got its name, the Painted Desert. You can see the layers of how the rock is. It changes in different colors. At this location, you see a lot of signs of the petrified wood laying at the bottom of this like cliff, and it's very interesting because at one time this was all a prehistoric forest, and due to climate change back then, before man was a factor, it was all wiped out. So it's very interesting, and you realize how large these trees were. They're enormous. The boulders at the bottom are about the size of small houses. It's really big. The brown at the bottom is where the logs are, the petrified wood. And as you can see, there's nothing off in the horizon except for desert here. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and share.